important story in the HIV and LGBT communities in particular. So if you could talk about each of you, how you negotiated that throughout the shooting process, that would be great.
How we negotiated what?
I think the importance of your roles to specifically the LGBT and HIV communities and the physical demands of your performances.
Physical demand. I actually had a lot of energy at that weight. My wife wasn't too fond of it. I mean, it's what was needed for the role, to be true for the role. So that's I've been asked that question a lot. How hard was it to lose all the weight? I mean, 4 months out, I knew this was the guy that I was going to go be. That was the easy decision. It would have been embarrassing to be standing here looking like I do now, playing the guy. So that really wouldn't have worked. So the diet part, to get down there, was easy. After that, it was more for me, it was Ron dealing with different variations of rage. And rage, that was the main emotion that I was dealing with, trying to understand, because I'm much more of a diplomat myself than Ron Woodruff was. But from rage to the desperation, the fear, and the isolation that the guy had, that was the main stuff that I was dealing with as an actor, anyway.
Jared has to answer that question too.
No, I don't.
Okay, we'll bring it to the audience now. If you could please keep your questions on point about the film. Who has a question?
Oh, don't, not all at once.
Come on!
I'm so curious.
Yes, in the balcony, you're standing up in black.
I was just wondering how the writer died in contact with John Mark and how that came about. Did you seek out a writer of the script, or was it the opposite?
I had actually had a relationship with Jean-Marc through another movie we were doing, and I sent him the script, and fortunately for all of us, he loved it and got on board, and hence the journey started 3.5 years ago.
In the balcony, in the front row at the very top.
Yes, my question's for, obviously, the cast. I was just wondering how participating in such an incredibly well-written film and deep roles shapes you as people moving forward. Like, how does it affect you?
Thank you, Matthew. It's a very deep question from the nosebleed section. I was hoping to get a drunk participant. Easy and light. What was it like wearing high heels? Was it difficult shopping for a bra? How did you choose your wigs? You know, I'm a big believer that everything you do in your life affects everything else that you do in your life. You know, we're here for a really special reason. We're celebrating art and creativity, film, dreams. And I think that's probably what I took away from this, is the importance of dreaming. I think all of these people were the most amazing dreamers. There were people who were unwilling to be said no to. They were unwilling to give up. And I felt that way working with Jean-Marc, with Jennifer, with Craig, with Matthew, with everybody else. I think this is a stage full of dreamers, and it was an absolute honor and a privilege to share the adventure with them. Yeah.
We have another question. Yes, over in the blue.
My question is for Matthew. I was wondering if there was a specific day on set that was specifically difficult for you to do. Was there a certain process you actually have a scene that was the way you do it?
A specific day that was more difficult than others?
Yeah, and what's the process?
Jean-Marc? It all seemed like one long day. It was only 27 of them in a row, and all of a sudden we showed up the first day, and I don't remember ever really looking up and getting there and actually having conversations as myself, Matthew, with Jean-Marc, we would have a little talk on the weekend from time to time, but it was, all of a sudden, 27 days later, they said wrap, and we were like, okay, next shot. They're like, no, that's really it. We're done. And we all, I remember, looked around, and finally caught my breath. I really don't, it'd be hard for me to even tell you what a scene or a day. I had so much fun seeing and being this guy from the inside out. I really had no separation from week to week or day to day. And that's honestly, that doesn't always happen, but boy, when it does, that's an actor's dream. Yeah, so I can tell you the day or the scene. They all ran together quite easily in a way.
Just down in front here, go ahead.
Hi, so this question is from my starstruck friend that can't catch the breath, which is Twitter. I'm just wondering, what is it about this role that caused you to kind of take in your hiatus for a couple of years and for such a different role?
It was 5 years. Almost 6. But who's counting? How can you miss me if I never go away, right? It's true. It was an amazing role. It was an amazing script. It was a great team. And I have to say, Matthew McConaughey is doing something spectacular with his life, with his career, and I wanted to be a part of that. I thought that was incredible. I mean, he's doing the most incredibly inspiring work, and that was a huge part of my decision. I said, if he's willing to walk down this path, I gotta get in the ring with him. That's somebody I wanna dance with. Jesus Christ, right? I mean, amazing work.
Okay, next question. I think I see someone. Yes, go ahead. The mezzanine. Did you have your hand up? Yes. Go ahead.
First of all, congratulations. It was so moving. Very, very powerful. Congratulations. My question is for the writers. You said that it was a 20-year period of time since you began the project to its fruition. I was wondering if you could expand upon why it was such a lengthy period of time.
Time it took to get the project together.
Yeah, it seems like a really long time, and it is, but it's just the subject matter is difficult. The subject matter is difficult to make palatable and get people enthused of how you would actually bring people into a theater. I don't know why. That's not really a question for us. We've just been pushing it up a hill for 20 years. And it's gotten very close at different times. But again, I guess to piggyback on Jared, it just took somebody like Matthew who was like, we're going to make this happen. You know, and then all these other people up here to make it happen so that no one could say no. And really, we were on the ground 2 weeks in Louisiana, and we still had no money. So people were still saying no, and we were all there. You know? Like, we're giving you the money, you're there, we're not giving you anything. So, and that's just how it is. That's just the business, I guess, in a sense.
Yes, just down here in the blue.
Like Oscar, all of this, you're going to be phenomenal. For the actors, how did you feel seeing the finished product for the very first time? Emotionally for us, it's incredible, so I'm just wondering how you all reacted to see
Question was just about how everybody reacted to seeing it for the first time, probably with an audience. Maybe Jean-Marc can first answer that question, and then go to the.
It was addressed to the actors, right?
I want to know what you think too.
Okay, what was the question again? Well, you know, it's not, I mean, this question is more for you guys, because I watched it 288 times. And the first time it was different than the third and the 100 and the So it's not like it was fresh. It was just the process. But I guess watching the dailies was every night on the set, just witnessing, and being emotionally involved like this was kind of quite a thrill, and it was a very emotional shoot, some fun. I mean, seeing this guy in high heels every day.
You mean a woman?
Yeah, this woman. And well, I'll let you answer. What is the reality?
The first time I saw it was on a computer screen, and it wasn't finished yet, and I couldn't believe how big it was. And I kept thinking, if people could only see how this tiny crew that would take maybe the first couple of rows scrambled around, and how we just never stopped shooting. The only time that we stopped was to change me from one color scrubs to another, or to change his makeup, or to put plumpers in his jeans so that he would look like he was healthier than he really looked in real life. And if you guys could just see Matthew in a bull and the whole thing, it was like we were making the most guerrilla-style, penny-pecked, tiny itsy-bitsy movie, but the heart around it was so big. And I remember the days, because I was eating, and I remember very well the days that were hard, and I remember the moments, and I remember these two brilliant actors next to me, these gorgeous men looking terrifying, and just having every emotion so right behind their skin that we never knew what they were going to do, and not always in a good way, sometimes in kind of a scary, is there security around way. And I remember being nothing but totally inspired and in awe, and just trying to stay on my mark and not screw either one of them up. So that's what I remember about seeing the movie, is that you guys, if you could just see, it looks so big, and it was so teeny, itty bitty. I don't even think, they didn't bother with craft service. Just me and the crew kind of sneaked donuts off to the side.